I'm Mrs. Flamand, and I'm teaching in Underberg Primary School. I teach grade 6. I teach English and history. Today our lesson is going to be about figures of speech and all about poetry. If we are an artist, we create pictures with a paintbrush, and our pictures express feelings and ideas and emotions. But if we are a poet or a writer, we use words and a pen to paint mind pictures. The lesson today was about figures of speech. I was trying to explain to the children how we use figures of speech to create imagery. And imagery is mind pictures. And this is very important for them when they are writing their poetry. Thomas, can you explain to me what a simile is?
A simile is when you compare two things using the words like or as.
Correct. Very nice. Can you give me an example, Nokutula, of a simile?
She is as small as a raindrop.
Now that's a beautiful simile. Who can give me an example of alliteration? Gemma.
Bad bunga bit blue bananas.
Very nice. We then focused on onomatopoeia, and we discussed different sounds and the words that we would give to different sounds.
Leaves rustle.
Good. I gave them a poem about an orchestra, and we then discussed the words that would describe the different instruments used in an orchestra. For example, the drum, the triangle, the trumpet, violin, recorder. And we had some of these instruments in the class, which they played, and then we brainstormed to find words that would be suitable to describe the noise that those instruments made.
The triangle tings.
The recorder, what noise does it make? Gemma.
It whistles.
Anything else to describe a recorder?
It pumps.
Correct. So they all filled in the poem, and they filled in the words that they felt best described the different instruments. And then we got them to get into their groups, and some of them would then present this poem with the words that describe the instruments.
Then came the sound of a drum. It echoed through my head. A whistle joining the flute. Ting, ting sounded the triangle. The trumpet blasted. The violinist squeaked. The recorder sparked. And then the singers appeared. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
And then the last group decided to do their own rap.
I'll be in the mart, walking down the hall.
And this was more of a beaty presentation. And here they used the topic sounds of the city.
That man stole my wallet.
Up and down the street, with my feet, up and down the street, with my feet, up and down the street, with my feet, up and down the street.
I found this was very successful. They thoroughly enjoyed it. Each poem was very different.
I was sitting in the hall and the first note played a red ting.
And it meant that they were all involved. After this lesson, I'm going to get them to write their own poems, and they're going to include at least 5 or 6 sound words. So let's just go back again. Spotlight on sound. So to bring sound into your poem, you use alliteration, onomatopoeia, rhyme, and to compare things so that you get more images, you use similes, metaphors, and personification. And in this way, you will all be able to create beautiful mind pictures in your poems. The thing is to actually get some of the instruments to show them the sound so that they can then try and identify the sound. Because if you physically have the instrument, it helps them. Especially for some of the children, they may not have access to 2 different instruments. And they can even use parts of their body to make the sounds. I mean, they can whistle, they can clap, they can bang on the floor, or they can click their fingers. All those sort of things will help to make the sound real for them.